Have you ever felt trapped in an invisible loop? Day after day, you work, you strive. Yet an unseen wall prevents you from going further. A feeling that you haven't truly lived up to your potential. What if I told you there's a truth, a powerful piece of knowledge that has been hidden, deliberately concealed, to keep you from realizing who you truly are? Today, I will unveil that secret, returning to you the flame they didn't want you to touch. This isn't a story of failure or weakness. It's a call for you to rise, reclaim your power, and soar higher than ever before. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, because we are about to discover what they don't want you to know. A truth that will change everything. The hidden secret. Imagine a treasure buried deep beneath the earth, locked away in an ancient chest whose key is held by only a few. This knowledge, your true power, has been hidden for hundreds, even thousands of years. Who are they? Perhaps they are systems that want you to obey, outdated mindsets that want you to always feel small, or even the very limitations that society has instilled in you since childhood. But today, we will break open that chest, dig deep into the earth, and reclaim what is rightfully yours. The ancient philosopher Socrates once said, "To know thyself is the beginning of all wisdom." But what if you were never taught how to know yourself? What if they deliberately made you believe that you are weak, that you cannot change your destiny, that you are just a small cog in a large machine? This is a thought-provoking question for you to ask yourself. What would happen if I knew my true power, the power they don't want me to touch? I won't answer immediately. Let the flame of curiosity begin to burn within you as we move forward. Science. You are the creator of reality. Listen to this. Your brain has over 86 billion neurons, and they are not just sitting there waiting for someone to give orders. Modern science, through research on neuroplasticity, has proven that your thoughts can change the physical structure of your brain. When you believe you are strong, when you visualize yourself succeeding, you are building neural pathways that lead to confidence, creativity, and resilience. But when you believe you are weak, which is what they want you to believe, you dig deeper into the black holes of doubt, fear, and helplessness. Studies show that 80% of the reality you experience comes not from external circumstances, but from how you interpret them in your mind. In a famous experiment, people who only imagined practicing the piano every day, without ever touching the keys, still improved their skills as much as those who actually practiced. Why? Because your brain doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. It responds to what you believe to be true. They hide this so you don't know. You are not just living in the world, you are creating it. Do you dare to believe in that power? Do you dare to pick up the pen and start rewriting your story? Philosophy. They want you to be small. Think of your life as a long book with hundreds of pages. Who is holding the pen? Who is writing the script for the upcoming chapters? The philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But what if someone deliberately hid that pen, making you believe that you are just a minor character in someone else's story? They want you to think that success, happiness, or power are things reserved only for someone out there. Special people, not you. But here is the truth they don't want you to see. You are the author of your own life. The greatest people in history, from Leonardo da Vinci with his timeless inventions, to Oprah Winfrey overcoming a painful childhood, didn't wait for anyone to give them permission to shine. They reclaimed the pen that others tried to hide, rewriting their stories with the ink of belief and action. They hide this knowledge to keep you small, so you don't dare to dream big. But today, I am handing it back to you. What will you write for your next chapter? What kind of reality will you paint? The curiosity-inducing secret. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to always overcome every difficulty, always finding the light, even in the darkest shadows, while others remain trapped in failure and despair? What do they know that you haven't been taught? This is the secret that they don't want you to touch. Your greatest power lies in your mindset. But I won't reveal everything right now. Let yourself wonder, if they hid this from me, what else is waiting for me to discover? How much other power have I never known I possessed? Science calls this the expectation effect. When you believe that good things will come, when you expect success instead of failure, your brain releases dopamine, a happiness chemical that motivates you to act to make that belief a reality. But what if you were never taught to believe in yourself? What if they deliberately made you doubt your abilities, made you stay silent instead of standing up? Do you want to reclaim that power? Keep listening, because your flame is about to burn brighter. The art of speech, telling your story. Imagine yourself standing before a crowd, perhaps friends, family, or just yourself in the mirror. They are looking at you, waiting. You don't need to be a scientist or a philosopher to inspire. You just need to tell your own story. Start with a stirring question. Have you ever felt powerless to change? Then lead them on your journey. A day you thought you were weak, trapped in a loop of doubt. But then you stood up, taking small steps, seeing small glimmers of light in the darkness. End with a powerful call to action. They hid your power. But now you know. What will you do with it? When you speak from the heart, when your voice trembles with emotion, when your eyes shine with belief, listeners don't just hear, they feel the fire within you. Science proves that strong emotions create oxytocin, a hormone that connects you with others. They hide this so you don't dare to speak, don't dare to share, but now you can. You don't need fancy words or perfect technique. You just need to be real. Pain, hope, belief, all are the ingredients for you to light up not only yourself, but the whole world. The science behind the power. They don't want you to know that you can change your reality with just your thoughts. In a famous experiment, people who visualized themselves succeeding, like athletes imagining breaking records or artists imagining completing masterpieces, increased their ability to achieve their goals by 40%. Why? Because your brain begins to build reality from what you believe, without waiting for external circumstances to change. The placebo effect is a living testament to this. Patients who believe they are taking medicine to cure their illness, and their bodies actually improve, even if it's just a sugar pill. Neuroscientist David Eagleman once said, "Your mind is the filter of your reality." They hide this knowledge so you think you are powerless, so you believe you cannot change anything. But now you know. You are the one steering your ship. Where will you sail it? What reality will you paint? The philosophy of success. From small to big. Think of a tiny seed lying in the soil. It doesn't need anyone's permission to grow into a towering tree, providing shade for an entire area. The philosophy of success teaches us that your power begins with the smallest things. A positive thought, a small belief, a first step. They want you to think that you have to wait for a big opportunity, that you have to have everything before you start. But the truth is, the opportunity lies within you, right now. Look at the people who have changed the world. Steve Jobs started in a small garage with a few friends. Malala Yousafzai started with a simple blog in the face of mortal danger. They didn't have everything from the beginning. They reclaimed the hidden power, believing in themselves before the world recognized them. Do you dare to do that? Believe in a small seed within you. even if it hasn't sprouted, even if it's still weak. They hide this knowledge so you don't dare to plant, don't dare to dream. But now you can begin planting the seed of curiosity. They don't want you to ask the question, what if I am stronger than they say I am? They want you to accept the present as an immutable truth, without questioning, without searching. But I will plant a seed of curiosity within you. If your true power is greater than anything they have ever allowed you to believe, what could you do with it? Let that question burn in your mind like an unextinguished flame. Science proves that curiosity stimulates dopamine, a chemical that drives you to seek, explore, and act. That's why you can't stop listening to a mysterious story or watching a surprising movie. They hide this so you don't dare to ask, don't dare to step outside the lines they drew. But now you know. What will you seek? What power is waiting for you behind that door? Stimulating thought. Imagine yourself standing in an empty room. No one else is there, only you and your thoughts. You shout loudly, I have power. Just that one sentence is enough to change everything. Psychology calls this self-affirmation. When you declare something to yourself, you begin to believe it. And when you believe, your body will act according to that belief. What will you do today to reclaim the hidden power? Pick up a pen, write down, what are they hiding from me, and what will I do with it when I find it? Then let that question burn in your mind like a guiding flame. They want you to be silent, want you to think that you have to wait for someone to give you power. But you don't have to wait any longer. One small step, like believing in yourself today, is enough to break every chain they have ever placed on you. Emotion, the flame of power. Emotion is the most powerful weapon they don't want you to use. When you believe in yourself, when you cry with hope or laugh with faith, you are sending a powerful signal to your brain. Science shows that intense emotions activate the amygdala, making you remember longer, act more strongly, and connect deeper with yourself. A moment when you shout, I am strong enough, can shatter every limit they have ever set to hold you back. Tell your story with all your heart. A time you thought you were weak, trapped in the darkness of doubt, but then you stood up with trembling hands, stepping through fear to find the light. Let your voice break with emotion. Let your eyes shine with belief. Listeners will feel that fire burning within you, and you will feel it spread. They hide this so you don't dare to feel, don't dare to live authentically. But now you can, and you will. Philosophy. You are the creator. They want you to believe that your life is a pre-written script, that you are just a puppet in the hands of fate or circumstance. But the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre said, you are free to choose your life. You are not a puppet. You are the creator of your own story. They hide this knowledge so you don't dare to stand up. Don't dare to pick up the pen and rewrite what you want. But now you know. Every thought, every action, is how you shape your world. Think about a time you overcame difficulty in the past. What made you keep going? It wasn't someone else giving you strength. It was the fire within you, the fire they didn't want you to see. They hid it so you don't dare to dream big, don't dare to live authentically, but now it's yours. What will you create with that power? What story will you write? You are the architect of reality. They don't want you to know that 90% of what you experience in life is how you see it, not the event itself. When you visualize your goals, when you imagine a better reality, your brain activates the same areas as when you actually live in that reality. They hide this so you think you are small, so you believe you cannot change anything, but you are not small. You are the architect of your reality, and now you have the blueprint in your hands. Stand up right now. Look in the mirror, look into your strong and full of potential eyes, and say aloud, "They can't hide my power anymore. I will live. I will create." They want you powerless, want you to think that you cannot change, but you are not a victim. You are the flame. What will you do today with your newfound power? Will you write the dream they didn't want you to dream? Will you step through fear with a burning heart and steady feet? I see the fire within you, and I believe you will not only survive, you will create a world they cannot control. Who are you? You are undying power. The world is waiting for you to ignite.